Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders have finally settled the swirling trade rumors surrounding Brian Robinson Jr., putting an end to weeks of speculation and uncertainty among fans and analysts alike. For the former Alabama standout, it appears that his time in the nation's capital is coming to a definitive close, as sources confirm he will not take the field for the Commanders during their Monday Night Football preseason matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network reported that discussions between Robinson and the team led to a mutual agreement for him to sit out the game, a move signaling that the team is preparing to explore trade options. The decision underscores the broader reshaping of Washington's backfield, which has been under intense scrutiny since Robinson emerged as the primary ground-and-pound option, blending physicality with short-yardage efficiency, yet perhaps lacking the explosiveness the coaching staff now prioritizes. The context for this development has been brewing for weeks, with NFL insider Jordan Schultz first reporting that the Commanders had placed Robinson on the trade block, signaling a shift in organizational philosophy. Adding to the narrative, Ben Standig, who covers Washington independently after his tenure at The Athletic, hinted that Robinson may not even make the 53-man roster if no trade materializes, amplifying the sense that the franchise is ready to part ways with one of its most consistent contributors. Robinson, a former third-round pick, has been a vital component in Washington's offensive plans, particularly through 2.5 seasons when he amassed over 2,300 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns. Yet despite his accomplishments, the front office appears determined to retool the roster, opting for running back versatility, potential upside from younger talent, and a style more aligned with offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury's preference for explosive, dynamic playmakers over a pure, downhill runner. Garafolo emphasized that Robinson's decision to skip the game was made mutually, indicating that both player and team are approaching the situation with a degree of professionalism, even amidst the drama. Nevertheless, the move sends a clear message. The Commanders are willing to move forward without him and are actively seeking partners in the trade market. The implications for Washington's offensive schemes are substantial, as the team must now recalibrate its run-heavy identity while maintaining balance with quarterback Jayden Daniels and a receiving core that has been gradually developing. The lack of Robinson on the field will test backup options and rookie prospects, challenging coaches to design packages that can compensate for his absence while evaluating which athletes can step into a more prominent role. It's a delicate balancing act that underscores how pivotal Robinson has been in Washington's operational equation. At the heart of this decision is a strategic evaluation of scheme fit, something that has reportedly influenced Kingsbury's stance on Robinson. While the offensive coordinator has previously praised the running back for his toughness and reliability, there is a growing desire for a playmaker capable of stretching defenses vertically and generating explosive yardage in open space. Robinson's style, characterized by physicality, decisive cuts, and power between the tackles, does not necessarily align with that vision, highlighting the tension between production and scheme philosophy. Washington's willingness to part ways, despite his proven track record, suggests a calculated risk, betting that other pieces of the backfield, such as veterans and rookies, can shoulder the workload while also providing the athleticism and versatility that modern NFL offenses increasingly demand in a high-tempo, fast-paced style of play. The trade market itself will play a pivotal role in Robinson's next steps, with the Commanders hoping to find a willing partner who values his blend of experience and resilience. The team has already signaled that they are open to negotiations, placing Robinson in a delicate but potentially advantageous position. He cannot play without potentially diminishing his trade value, yet his absence from the field also emphasizes his availability to prospective buyers. Among the names gaining attention are veteran runners like Austin Ekeler, whose presence in discussions underlines the league's appetite for proven contributors, while the momentum around rookie Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt continues to grow. This shifting landscape reinforces that Robinson's future hinges not just on his abilities, but also on timing, opportunity, and the strategic needs of teams looking to bolster their depth or upgrade their primary rushing options, making the next few weeks critical for all parties involved. Robinson's journey in Washington has been a story of perseverance and determination, overcoming challenges that would have sidelined many. Drafted in the third round, he quickly ascended to the role of lead back, demonstrating grit and a rare blend of durability and consistency. Over 2.5 seasons, he amassed 2,329 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns, proving himself not only a reliable contributor but also a cornerstone in short yardage and red zone situations. Injuries and the wear and tear of a demanding workload began to take their toll in recent seasons, though, and the Commanders' decision to potentially move on appears rooted not only in scheme fit, but also in long-term roster planning. Robinson's impact on the team has been undeniable, and his potential departure marks the end of an era in Washington's backfield, leaving fans to reflect on a player who consistently gave maximum effort despite the challenges of an unforgiving NFL landscape. The implications for Washington extend beyond Robinson's individual contributions, creating pressure for others to rise to the occasion and fill the void. Jayden Daniels will increasingly rely on complementary weapons in the running game, and the coaching staff must innovate to compensate for the physicality Robinson brought to the field. Whether it's developing rookies or relying on situational specialists, the absence of a dominant ground-and-pound presence forces the team to rethink not only strategy, but also player evaluation, roster flexibility, and offensive tempo. In the broader context, this decision exemplifies the delicate balance between talent retention and scheme evolution, illustrating how NFL franchises must weigh loyalty and past production against the potential benefits of a new direction that better aligns with emerging offensive philosophies and league-wide trends favoring explosive, multidimensional athletes capable of transforming game plans on a single play. Trade timing will be essential to maximizing value for both Robinson and the Commanders, as his stock is directly tied to how teams perceive the immediate impact he can provide. The market for a dependable, experienced back is often competitive, particularly among franchises seeking to upgrade depth charts or replace aging starters. Analysts will closely watch which organizations step forward, evaluating both their offensive systems and the ways Robinson's physicality can complement existing personnel. This period of uncertainty can be stressful for any player. Yet Robinson's career trajectory suggests he is well equipped to navigate it, balancing patience with readiness. Meanwhile, Washington's front office continues to signal to the league that they are serious about moving forward without him, carefully calibrating communication to avoid undervaluing an asset while maintaining the flexibility necessary to finalize a trade on favorable terms. From an emotional standpoint, the situation represents a bittersweet turning point for both Robinson and the Commanders. Fans who celebrated his hard-nosed style and relentless drive will likely feel a sense of loss, reflecting on the games where he consistently converted critical short-yardage situations or delivered momentum-changing plays. While some may criticize the decision as overly pragmatic, the franchise's commitment to long-term planning and offensive modernization suggests a willingness to accept short-term pain for future gain. Robinson's contributions are etched into the team's recent history, and his potential departure underscores the transient nature of NFL careers, where production, scheme fit, and market forces intersect to influence personnel decisions, often leading to difficult choices even when a player has consistently exceeded expectations on the field. This development also raises questions about Ron Rivera's drafting record and the success rate of third-round selections under his tenure. Robinson's journey, from promising draft pick to potential trade candidate before completing his rookie deal, mirrors other instances where selections failed to reach long-term continuity in Washington. While drafting is inherently unpredictable, the pattern highlights the challenges of player evaluation and retention in a league defined by rapid change and evolving offensive philosophies. For the franchise, the lesson may center on aligning draft choices more closely with long-term scheme priorities, while ensuring that players who succeed are adequately utilized, supported, and integrated into broader strategic plans that extend beyond initial contributions, offering a roadmap for more sustainable roster construction in the future. Finally, the Commanders' decision underscores the brutal realities of the NFL, where performance, fit, and market considerations often outweigh loyalty and past achievement. Robinson's ability to produce on the field is not in question, yet the shifting demands of offensive strategy and the emergence of alternative options have created circumstances where the team is prepared to move on. The situation illustrates how franchises must continuously evaluate personnel not only for what they have done, but for what they can contribute within a specific system and time frame. For Robinson, this may be the beginning of a new chapter where his proven work ethic, resilience, and physicality become key assets for another team seeking an immediate upgrade in the backfield, while Washington recalibrates its approach in pursuit of the explosive offensive identity it envisions. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL world is buzzing with whispers that no fan saw coming, and it all revolves around a move that could shake the league to its very core. Sources close to team insiders are hinting at a secretive, last-minute trade that would see Chase Young, one of the most explosive defensive talents in recent years, returning to the Washington Commanders. The rumors began as a trickle of speculation late last night, with a few unnamed insiders dropping hints on social media that something massive was brewing in the capital. The whispers suggest that negotiations happened under the radar, away from the prying eyes of the media, and that both the player and the organization moved with unprecedented speed to seal a deal that could redefine Washington's defensive identity. Fans are reportedly in disbelief, with speculation spreading like wildfire across forums and fan groups. The secrecy surrounding the negotiations only fuels the frenzy, leaving everyone wondering about the exact details and motivations behind this apparent blockbuster. As the rumor mill spins, insiders suggest that the trade wasn't just a standard transaction, but part of a strategic recalibration aimed at reigniting the team's defensive dominance. Chase Young's early years with the Commanders were marked by explosive plays, relentless pass rushing, and highlight reel sacks that turned him into a household name almost overnight. The idea that the franchise would bring him back after moving on previously has left analysts scratching their heads, with debates erupting over whether this is a desperate move or a calculated gamble. Some sources imply that Young's return might be linked to specific front office shifts, perhaps signaling a renewed vision for the team's defensive schemes. Rumors also hint at conditional draft picks or player swaps involved in the deal, though nothing has been confirmed. While concrete details remain murky, the possibility of Young suiting up again in the burgundy and gold has reignited hope for a fanbase that has longed for a marquee defensive presence to anchor their roster. Social media chatter is growing louder by the hour, with memes, speculation, and passionate takes flooding every platform imaginable, underscoring just how big this rumor has become. Insiders close to the league suggest that this trade, if finalized, could have ripple effects across the NFL, with rival teams reassessing their defensive strategies and offseason priorities. Chase Young's impact on any roster cannot be understated. His ability to disrupt opposing quarterbacks and command double teams changes the dynamics of a defense in ways that few players can match. The rumor indicates that his reunion with the Commanders isn't just about individual talent, but also about chemistry and leadership, with whispers that coaches and teammates have been lobbying behind the scenes for his return. Analysts on various sports networks have begun to speculate about how this move could reshape Washington's standing within the NFC East, potentially altering playoff projections and power rankings. While the exact financial details of the rumored trade remain undisclosed, insiders hint at a package that could include future draft capital, player swaps, and perhaps even performance-based incentives, making it a complex, multi-layered negotiation. Fans are waiting with bated breath, as the potential announcement would not only shock the league, but also set social media ablaze with debates, excitement, and endless speculation. The story seems to get even more intriguing when considering the timing of the trade whispers. Sources claim that the deal was orchestrated with incredible stealth, allegedly negotiated in private meetings and phone calls, far away from the usual media scrutiny that often surrounds high-profile players like Chase Young. This clandestine approach has led some insiders to speculate that the Commanders wanted to avoid leaks that could disrupt locker room dynamics or spark unnecessary distractions. Rumors suggest that Young himself was involved in the discussions, expressing interest in returning to a familiar environment where he previously thrived. Some whispers even hint at behind-the-scenes incentives designed to sweeten the deal, perhaps linked to performance milestones or leadership roles within the team. The secrecy has only amplified fan excitement and speculation, with many believing that the front office is willing to take bold risks to bring back a player who could redefine their defensive identity. Conversations online are becoming increasingly heated, with supporters of the rumored trade passionately debating its potential impacts while opponents voice skepticism about the timing and logistics involved. Financial insiders in the NFL rumor circles are also weighing in, suggesting that the potential return of Chase Young might involve a unique contractual structure designed to balance immediate impact with long-term sustainability. Some whispers point to creative salary adjustments, performance bonuses, or even deferred payments as mechanisms to make the trade feasible for both sides. Observers speculate that the Commanders' front office may have pulled out all the stops to ensure that Young's return aligns with the team's broader strategy, from salary cap management to future roster planning. Other murmurs indicate that this trade, if it materializes, could spark a series of reactions across the league, with teams potentially looking to adjust their defensive rosters or explore new trade possibilities in response to such a high-profile move. Fans are also imagining what it might be like to see Young back on the field, generating highlight plays and energizing a defense that has long struggled for consistency. Social media channels are filled with hypotheticals, mock lineups, and passionate debate about what this trade could mean for Washington's immediate and long-term prospects, creating a level of engagement rarely seen outside of playoff season. Rumors also suggest that the coaching staff played a pivotal role in orchestrating this potential trade, with insider chatter pointing to private discussions aimed at integrating Young into defensive schemes that maximize his elite skill set. Sources hint that the coaches see him not only as a game-changing pass rusher, but also as a mentor for younger defensive players, someone who can elevate the overall performance and mentality of the unit. Observers have noted that bringing back a player of Young's caliber could signal a broader shift in team philosophy, possibly indicating a more aggressive defensive approach for the upcoming season. While no official confirmation has emerged, the rumor itself is causing analysts to speculate about potential alignment changes, defensive strategies, and how this move could influence the Commanders' game planning against key rivals. Social media continues to explode with fan reactions, ranging from pure excitement to cautious skepticism, illustrating just how much anticipation and debate this whisper has generated. The air around the Commanders' facility is reportedly thick with speculation, as local reporters attempt to piece together fragments of what could be a league-altering deal. Adding to the intrigue, sources suggest that the trade talks may have included multiple contingencies designed to protect both the player and the team, including clauses that could activate based on performance, health, or even playoff appearances. Rumor mills indicate that these contingencies are unusually sophisticated, reflecting both the high stakes involved and the unique nature of the player-team relationship. Fans have been speculating endlessly about what these clauses could mean, imagining scenarios where Young's performance triggers bonuses, extensions, or even further trades. Industry insiders suggest that this level of detail is rare, signaling the potential significance of the rumored deal and its strategic importance for Washington's long-term vision. Social media has been flooded with graphics, mock contracts, and what-if scenarios, creating an almost cinematic atmosphere of suspense around a single player's potential return. In essence, this rumor has transcended ordinary trade chatter, evolving into a full-blown narrative that grips fans, analysts, and the league alike. The implications of this potential move for the NFC East cannot be overstated, according to sources familiar with the situation. Rumors indicate that the return of Chase Young could fundamentally alter the competitive balance of the division, forcing teams like the Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants to reconsider offensive strategies and personnel decisions. Analysts speculate that quarterbacks facing Washington might need to adjust their protection schemes to account for Young's explosiveness and football IQ, while opposing coaches could be compelled to rethink their entire game plan. Insiders also hint at the psychological impact of Young's rumored return, suggesting that his presence alone could inspire confidence among teammates and fans alike, while simultaneously intimidating opponents. Social media reactions reflect this tension as mock debates over playoff standings, defensive rankings, and hypothetical matchups dominate conversations. Rumor or reality? The mere suggestion of Young coming back has sparked a level of discourse reminiscent of major free agency announcements or draft surprises, captivating fans and analysts across multiple platforms. Speculation about the personal dynamics behind this trade has also emerged, with whispers suggesting that Chase Young might have felt a strong pull to return to an environment where he experienced both professional growth and personal comfort. Sources hint that relationships with coaches, teammates, and even front office personnel could have played a decisive role in his willingness to rejoin the Commanders. Rumors suggest that the alignment of organizational goals and personal aspirations might have created the perfect storm for this last-minute maneuver, allowing both sides to achieve objectives that were previously elusive. Analysts speculate that such a reunion could reinvigorate not only the player's career, but also the team's broader competitive trajectory, potentially turning Washington into a defensive powerhouse almost overnight. Social media is rife with speculation, fan art, and debates, capturing the electric atmosphere surrounding what could be one of the most talked-about moves of the NFL offseason. This rumor, with its blend of secrecy, strategy, and star power, continues to dominate conversations among fans, analysts, and insiders alike, suggesting that its impact, real or perceived, is already monumental. The fan reaction to this rumor has been instantaneous and frenzied, with supporters expressing excitement and disbelief in equal measure. Social media platforms are overflowing with threads dissecting potential defensive formations, projected stats, and even mock highlights imagining Young back in the burgundy and gold. Insider chatter suggests that the team's marketing and fan engagement departments are already preparing for the possibilities, knowing that a confirmation would trigger massive attention and renewed enthusiasm. The rumor has also generated a wave of nostalgia, as fans recall Young's earlier seasons and the energy he brought to the team. Analysts debate the timing and reasoning behind the alleged trade, with speculation centering on strategic objectives, contractual nuances, and potential long-term impacts on roster construction. Whether this move ultimately materializes or remains a tantalizing what-if, its presence in the rumor mill has reshaped expectations for the Commanders and sparked a level of fan engagement reminiscent of playoff fever. Meanwhile, whispers from the league's inner circle suggest that other teams are monitoring the situation closely, anticipating how the rumored return of Chase Young could shift the balance of power across multiple divisions. Analysts hint at possible countermoves, with franchises potentially exploring trades, free agent acquisitions, or strategic adjustments to offset the hypothetical advantage that Washington might gain. Sources also speculate that Young's rumored return could influence the trajectory of future draft picks, rookie development, and even coaching strategies throughout the league. Fan speculation has reached fever pitch, with forums, podcasts, and social media platforms filled with breakdowns, theories, and passionate debates about what the Commanders' next steps might be. This rumor, with its combination of secrecy, star power, and strategic complexity, has become a central talking point not only for Washington supporters, but for NFL fans nationwide, creating a narrative that feels larger than a single player's potential return. The intrigue continues to build, leaving everyone eager for official confirmation or denial. Finally, the latest whispers surrounding this potential blockbuster trade highlight the volatility and excitement that can define the NFL offseason. Sources close to the Commanders suggest that discussions are ongoing and that any confirmation could come at a moment's notice, catching fans, analysts, and rival teams off guard. Speculation indicates that Chase Young's rumored return is not merely a transactional move, but a signal of larger strategic intentions, from defensive innovation to locker room leadership. Social media is in a state of near-constant reaction, with fan theories, highlight compilations, and passionate debates dominating every platform. While no official statements have been released, the rumor itself has already reshaped narratives surrounding the Commanders, creating anticipation, excitement, and tension in equal measure. Analysts, insiders, and fans alike are bracing for the possibility of an announcement that could not only redefine Washington's defensive identity, but also send shockwaves across the NFL landscape, proving once again that in football, rumors alone can ignite a frenzy. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.